Saquon Barkley, NBC Tonight.
I need train derailment, bridge collapse, and I'd win the Senate seat in a landslide. It's a deep fake.
What if this isn't about what he said in the fake video, but what he said in the real one?
I think we're dealing with a professional.
The Irrational, new next Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
I have to pay for what I've done. I spent years looking for you.
Where am I?
I am in control now, not you.
Found, new Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
NBC4 News at 11.
And tonight, the calm before the strongest storm of the season, as we're tracking not one, not two, but 3 days of rain and lots of it. Up to 5 inches expected for some spots before the weekend. And some of the heaviest rain is expected in the burn scar areas. Good evening, everyone. I'm Carolyn Johnson. Today, of course, all about preparations from busy sandbagging stations in Altadena to crews reinforcing retaining walls in the Palisades. We have live team coverage tonight of the storm heading our way. Macy Jenkins has a look at how some are getting ready, but we start with meteorologist David Bigger timing it out for us. David.
And Carolyn, as we go through the next couple of hours, things will start to change. We'll start to see an increase of cloud cover, and eventually by tomorrow morning, we'll get some light scattered showers across the region. But that's the key thing for tomorrow. It's looking relatively light. It's Thursday. That's the day that we are very concerned about, and that's where we're going to see widespread moderate to heavy rainfall that may continue throughout much of the day. This will lead to widespread ponding on the area roadways, as well as some flooding concerns across the region, and of course the possibility of mudslides and debris flows across our burn scars. That is why the National Weather Service has issued a flash flood watch. This goes into effect 1 p.m. on Thursday through 4 a.m. on Friday. This covers all the green shaded areas you see here. The moderate to heavy rainfall is going to lead to excessive runoff and a pretty decent chance we might get some mudslides or debris flows across some of the burn scars, which are included in this. We've got the Mountain Fire, Franklin Fire, Palisades, Eden, Bridge, and Hughes fires, in addition to a couple of additional fires around the region. But it's really the Eden Fire, the Bridge Fire, and the Palisades Fire where we might see some very significant rain totals by the time we get to the end of this storm. So here's what we're looking at for tomorrow. You can see that 9 o'clock in the morning, we've got some snow across some of the area mountains. Otherwise, some light scattered showers. It's all light green at this point. And that'll sort of continue through the day. 2 p.m., very hit or miss showers. Some spots remain relatively dry, and we continue to see that activity through the evening. But as we get into Thursday, things start to change. I'll take you through that part of Futurecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Back to you, Carolyn.
All right, David, thank you. Well, communities impacted by the Eden and Palisades fire are preparing for the worst that the storm can bring. They are, of course, at serious risk for debris flow and mudslides. NBC4's Macy Jenkins is in Altadena for us with more on how people are reacting there. Macy.
Hi, Carolyn. Well, all throughout the foothill areas, you'll see what we're looking at right now. Sandbags and green compost socks lining the outsides of burned businesses and houses. The idea is to keep all of the toxins in the stormwater out of getting into the drains.
This is my childhood home, the home that I grew up in for about 10 years. And just looking at it, it just brings tears to my eyes.
At 19 years old, Danielle Babikian spent more than half of her life here.
And now just seeing it is just devastating for me and my family.
2 of her family homes on Ranch Top Road in Pasadena wiped out by the Eden fire. Now they're trying to protect the only one that's still standing ahead of the wet weather.
We really underestimated these fires, so with the rains coming, we are not going to underestimate it, and we're ready to go on our toes.
LA County handing out thousands of sandbags and setting them up with green compost socks to filter stormwater around drains and burned homes. NBC4 drone video taken earlier today shows this large debris basin on Rubio Canyon Road in Altadena. It's one of the 19 basins in the foothills that LA County Public Works Director Mark Pastrella says will be empty before the heavy rain rolls into town.
We've had thousands, 5,000 or 6,000 K-rails placed here. We have hundreds of thousands of sandbags we place. And more importantly, we've made house calls to every property that we believe could be vulnerable in this event.
A third round of rain comes with a familiar message from County Supervisor Catherine Barger to property owners. The hillside is compromised and mudslides are a dangerous possibility.
The rain was light this last time. It was, but the debris channel over by Eaton Canyon actually filled up, and that was with light rain.
That same drizzle,